Hey there, Guardian. Do you play your Warlock? Well, you should. As Bungie's favorite child, there are tons of high quality builds out there. If you're paying attention, you'll notice that I'm getting 100% of my super back in the fraction of the time that it takes Rick Kekis to finish his intro. The build that I've been enjoying way too much lately is a Sunbracers build. That's right, I saw my new light friend during their first piece of exotic armor, the Sunbracers, and I thought, it looks like he's having a lot of fun. And now we're here. And in about 5 seconds, I'll have yet another super. You might be wondering how this works, and why you've been seeing a lot of solar grenades everywhere the last few days. Well, you came to the right place. This build is very fast with high actions per minute that is sure to leave you with a fun time for low to mid tier content, I would say. I would probably not take it at anything above Legend, but you can definitely do it. First, I'll go over the gameplay loop. You're going to want to spam your super because you're going to have a lot of potential for a lot of supers. And honestly, with the new buffs to Roni supers, Daybreak is not a bad option at all. I personally prefer Well because it's well. Get it? Okay. Don't be that guy who holds on to their super the entire duration of the activity, only to finally use it when the boss has 12 HP. It's hard to make a mistake casting your super, but when you do, this build makes it literally 20 times less punishing. You're definitely going to want solar grenades since we're using Sunbracers. That's a no-brainer. I like Healing Rift for survivability. That's something you can't use with Starfire, really. Burst Glide, Best Glide. Incinerator Snap because I'm a Full Metal Alchemist fan. Touch of Flame buffs our grenades. We're going to be throwing a lot of grenades, so Touch of Flame makes sense. Icarus Dash for movement. I like to be very speedy when I play Destiny, so this one I would not give up for Heat Rises, but if you like Heat Rises, you do you. Ember of Torches, powered melee attacks against combatants make you and nearby allies radiant. Very handy. Radiant's a 25% weapon damage boost. It also helps you stun barriers, so we like that. Plus, our melee is going to be up a lot, so buffs our melee, it's all good. Solar Grenade Final Blows cure you. I like getting health from all the sources I can get. I take a lot of damage because I'm just zipping around everywhere. So it makes sense since we're going to have grenades. We're going to be throwing a lot of grenades. Use Resolve. Ember of Mercy. I revive people a lot. Very, very nice. Plus, we're going to be making a lot of fire sprites and they grant health and restoration, which I like a lot. Ember of Searing, defeating scorched targets grants melee energy and creates a fire sprite. We're going to be scorching things left and right. We're going to want our melee back as soon as possible, so Ember of Searing's kind of a no-brainer. As for our stats, I like to run at least tier 9 resilience for that sweet damage reduction. This is going to be very focused around grenades, which we get back through our melee ability using Sunbracers, so strength makes sense here. Intellect and discipline don't really matter since we're going to be getting our supers back very quickly with our grenades, and we're getting our grenades back very quickly with our melee. We're going to get our super back very quickly, as you'll see in our clips. And I think void weapons right now are very good because of volatile flow and the seasonal artifact. But really, any Siphon mod you want, it's going to be okay. Siphon mods are important though. For our arms, I like to have firepower for obvious reasons. We're going to be chucking grenades at everything in sight, so it makes sense that we'll have orbs everywhere in sight. I like to have melee kickstart mods and momentum transfer. This makes sense to me because, again, we need to make our melee come back as fast as possible. chest mods, I have my damage resistant mods here. I have charged up here. Just lets you get your melee back faster with the melee kickstart. For legs, probably my favorite mod is recuperation. You know, I like to get health from every source I could possibly get it from. Orbs of power are everywhere. That means chunks of my health bar are everywhere. So recuperation is what I want to go with. Stacks on stacks for, again, getting our melee back sooner. It just helps out our kickstart mods. Invigoration, reduce melee cooldown each time you pick up an orb of power. Again, we want our melee back as soon as possible, and we're going to get it back straight away. Let's take a look at the exotic perk on Sunbracers. Helium Spirals. Increases the duration of solar grenades. Solar melee kills grant unlimited solar grenade energy for a brief time. That time is 5 seconds. Basically, you snap at someone, you kill them with your snap, and you get infinite grenades for 5 seconds. Without Sunbracers, this is trash. So basically the way you want to use this is you're going to pop your super, if you have it. You can pop it on your friends to help your friends, you can pop it on yourself to help yourself. After that, you're just going to go to town, you're going to find some weak ad to kill someone that's alone apart from the group. You can weaken it with your weapons, then go in for the kill with your snap. Then you can finish off its friends and family once you have Sunbracers procced. That melee kill is going to give you about 5 grenades worth of seconds to throw your grenades at just buckets of ads. You're going to get a ton of super energy from that as long as you're killing them. You're also going to be getting a lot of your melee energy back with all your aspects and mods. You get melee energy from killing stuff with your grenades. You get melee energy from killing stuff that is scorch, so incandescent weapons, things that cause ignitions would also be good here. I chose not to use them just because I didn't want to. But once you have your melee back, it's rinse and repeat. Weaken something with your melee, kill it, nade everything to death, and you'll have your super before you know it. Now, the thing that I like about this build the most is its recoverability. In other words, if you miss a melee kill, you miss a grenade, it's easy to recover your combat loop. This build is so forgiving that you might mistake it for how the American justice system treats the wealthy. Seriously, look how I just completely whiffed this melee and almost immediately recovered my loop. Watch it. I suck. But that's the cool part. It doesn't matter. I got my melee back. I'm about to get a bunch of grenades. I'm about to get a bunch of super energy. Life is good. Now, this is a legendary lost sector that I'm just breezing through with this build. Having fun with a new shotgun. These weapons really do not matter. And that's one thing I like about it over something like Starfire, which requires you to use Striga or Wither Horde or Anarchy or some special weapon like that, and it kind of takes away from all these other weapons that you could also potentially be using. I'm sure a lot of you are wondering, if I'm on Solar Warlock, why am I not playing Starfire? And isn't everyone asking for Starfire to be nerfed? Why am I not using it? And to that I say, I do use it, but not for anything other than master content or very difficult content. Nowadays, Sunbracers just feels better to me. It's more fun for me to use. I'm also a huge fan of survivability. Again, this build allows you to use healing rifts without having to give up a core part of your rotation. You don't have to be standing in a well that you've already placed down to get more super energy. You don't have to be standing in a Emp Rift. You can be moving around a lot more, playing loose and fast instead of calculated and strategic. That's just my style. Starfire is just such a specific play style that and I'm honestly just kind of tired of using it. Now, don't get me wrong, Starfire definitely has its place in Grandmasters, Master Raids. Those situations, it's highly effective. The grenades do a lot more burst damage, which is extremely helpful in those scenarios. But in 95% of the content that Destiny 2 has, Sunbracers is slaying, and it's just a lot of fun to use. Some of the most fun I've had on Destiny in a while. And with that, I'm going to let the rest of this Lost Sector footage play out. Remember to spread peace and love out there, Guardians. Take care.